Top of the morning, creator. Day 8 is upon us. And so what to chat about today? Well, I want to talk about sharing what you're up to with others. Specifically, what we're all doing here together and what you are gleaning from it. So let me give you a little story about me and how I learned the beauty and the fecundity of not sharing, of not offering up what I'm up to, of being more private than public, of being more silent than loquacious, of being a keeper of my own counsel. Oh, and what a delicious place it is to reside. So back when I was beginning this odyssey with Abraham and learning all these how-tos, I had recently left my husband and of my own volition and desire, and was really curious about who I had become while I had been married and become a mother and all that jazz. And one of the things that I really wanted to do is go dancing again. I've always been a big dancer. And so I looked up on the internet where to go dancing. And I went with a friend of mine. We went to a bunch of different clubs in San Francisco, and that didn't really work for me. Just wasn't the vibe I was looking for. And it didn't seem like anyone was dancing anymore. Anyway, they just stood around with drinks and moved their hips and their free hand. And then I came upon this group called Ecstatic Dance. And I highly recommend it to anyone out there who digs the dancing scene. There are 3 basic tenets to ecstatic dance. 1, no talking on the dance floor. 2, no shoes on the dance floor. And 3, there is no alcohol served at the event. Now, basically, you go in and you dance with, I'm going to say this is a hippie thing, because it is a hippie thing. It's very much akin to the hippie community. And you just dance your dance freely, unencumbered and without anybody bugging you. You do not have to dance with anyone. If you're like me, I just prefer being alone, especially after this time of my life where I was trying to figure out who I am without a partner, rediscover where I'd landed after all these years. And I knew it was right up my alley, so I went. Well, too many wonderful things have come out of that experience to even begin to relay here. You go and you dance. My mothership of dancing was Oakland, California, and where I would go on Wednesday nights and Sunday mornings and dance with about 400 other fabulous humans in silence to DJs that were playing incredible music, world music, anything. And it turns out when you're done with learning how to dance in this environment, you could dance to the sound of dripping water, because it's just tuning into the broader part of you and letting your music flow through you in accordance with whatever music that you're hearing around you. It's incredible. One of the biggest things I learned, though, was in having to keep silent about my experience, it actually increased the pleasure of my experience. Truly. I would see someone dancing beautifully or notice some gorgeous person on the other side of the room or any number of things that I might want to comment on, either to the person maybe that I've gone with or whatever it is. But no, there's no talking at ecstatic dance. And so it forced me to be quiet. It forced me to keep my ideas and opinions to myself. And it forced me to almost, how do I say this? By just having the thought of, oh, look at that beautiful person over there, or whatever the thought was, by just having it and owning it and keeping it to myself, it became bigger. It became juicier. And it was mine, all mine. And so what ends up happening at ecstatic dance is you end up having these imaginary relationships with all these people in the room. And when you're dancing with them in the same space as they are, you don't know their names necessarily. You don't know anything about them, but you do know their vibrational signature. You're so aware of what that is. So you bypass the personality, yours and theirs, and you meet on this separate plane of creation that is beyond explanation, which brings me back to what I started from and the idea that I wanted to impart to you. This ecstatic dance experience is not different from what we are going into here and what we're experiencing here. By being silent more, by being open and receptive more, you're having the exact same experience as I had on the ecstatic dance floor. And the minute you share what you're up to with somebody, it diminishes the experience. It just does, because words, no matter how creative they are, no matter how close to the feeling that they are never going to be quite enough. And so you'll always be dropping down a notch, especially when you're trying to explain to somebody who you don't think gets it. And then you're really working at it. You know what I mean? So it just sucks you right out of your alignment. And then those well-meaning people around you, they're going to want to check in and go, hey, how's it going? How's that thing you're doing? That crazy fucking thing you're doing? No news, no whatever, no negative. And then you've got to explain yourself. Again, pulls you right out of your juicy spot. So my admonition, I guess it is an admonition, what the hell, is that you keep your own counsel for these next 3 weeks. You just keep it to yourself. And when you get really good at that, and when you feel how groovy it is to keep your own counsel, you will be sharing less and less and less. And you will allow everybody to have their own ideas about what you're up to, and you will not care. Because no matter how much you explain anyway, nobody will ever really get you and what you're up to. So it's a fool's errand. It's folly. And those who know you will know you, and they don't even need to know the particulars of what you're up to. So, share not for our time together. And then you decide as you go forward how much you want to share. Allow it to germinate, to take root. Take root so that you can take flight. All these experiences you're having, all these passions you're unleashing, keep them to yourself. Because you know what? Really? No one cares. Not like you do. Okay? I think I've made my point. What do you say we have a little meditation? I'm ready if you are. Settle in. Relax. Put all things aside. Get comfy in your seat. Feel the weight of your bum on the chair or the bed or wherever you find yourself. And allow everything to sink in deep. Reaching for as much air as you can on your inhales and pulling in as much of that energy as possible. And then on the exhale, sinking deep. Forehead relaxed, tongue relaxed, face relaxed. Inhales filling up. Exhales allowing all the tension to wash away. Feet heavy, hands heavy, arms heavy. Inhaling freedom, space. Exhaling and releasing into that space. Inhaling all that serves you. And exhaling all that does not. Inhaling, following your breath, how it trails through your body. Exhaling, allowing it all to release. So for these next few minutes, with both of your front door and your back door wide open, I'm just going to leave you to follow your breath, to allow it to take you on an inner journey. Imagine you're just hitching a ride. And just see how much you can stay aware of the breath. And when you find your mind wandering, just bring yourself back to the breath. All right now, Creator. I'll be back in a few minutes. Off you go. All right. How was that? Did you find yourself able to keep conscious with the breathing? It's a skill, and it's one you're going to work on for the rest of your life. So be easy about it. It's called being human and melding your humanity with your godlike nature. It's the highest marriage that you can create, that of you and you, seamless alignment. Now pull your eyes deep into your skull. Imagine that you're looking out through your eyelids, starting from your peripheral vision. What is in that space, that darkness? Use every bit of your eye to see within. And then as you slowly open your eyes to reveal the picture in front of you, see if you can mold and meld the within sight and the sight of that which is in front of you. Bring your inner world and your outer world together. The broader part of you and the human part of you. It's a sublime dance. Now from this place, this newly created place, time to journal. Perhaps talking about meditation and how it feels, using again all those feeling words. What new things you're discovering about yourself and how you're walking in the world from this amplified vibrational zone. Wherever you go, there you are. And so the higher vibration that you are pulsating, of course, the higher the experiences that you will be receiving and participating in. Perhaps just writing about what you appreciate. Anything that comes into your mind, write it down. This is the beauty of journaling. This is just for you. It's you talking to you. It's a seamless communication. So have fun with it. Have fun with this day. And I'll see you here tomorrow. I can't wait. Ciao.